Let's get straight to it to tell us about your departure from ESPN.
Yeah, I mean, look, it all started really good a few years ago. We can go back to 2019, 3 years ago. ESPN gave me a new contract. I'd already been there with the jump. And in the contract was that I was going to host the NBA Finals. And you guys have known me for years.
Yes.
I have covered this sport for decades. The idea that I was going to host the NBA Finals, that
Everything
was
to you.
my dream job.
That was going to be your first time doing
That was
it?
going to be my first time doing it. It meant the world. I mean, I called every executive involved personally to thank them. I mean, I was so excited. They put everything in writing in the contract. They put out a big press release about it. One of the things I asked for in the contract was that any pregame show I did would be a continuation of our daily show, The Jump, because it was something we started together. I was so proud of. And I just also didn't want any confusion. There's a lot of politics at ESPN, and I knew that the NBA Countdown job was still open, and I didn't want anyone to think that I was trying to horn in on NBA Countdown. I wasn't. I wanted to stay with The Jump. It was important to me. So I thought making that distinction would really help things.
What changed on how you felt in the workplace?
Well, things got complicated later that season. Y'all know it was 2020, right?
Yeah,
So
the world was
we had a pandemic.
crazy spot.
There was the tragic murder of your friend, George Floyd. A lot of difficult conversations with this country looking itself in the face, seeing what had to change and be different. And the New York Times did an expose in July of 2020 on racism at ESPN and the lack of opportunities for people of color. And the executives at ESPN said what I think people would expect, all the right things about we'd like to give more people more opportunities, we're continuing to grow, all of those things. And around the same time, I got a phone call asking me, would I step aside for Maria to host the NBA Finals and have me go back to being a sideline reporter? And they stressed it was my choice. They weren't telling me to do this because it was in my contract, but they were putting a lot of pressure on me. You know, I was being told, well, you're not a team player. Like, hey, I worked so long, decades for this job. I have done everything that was asked. We put on some great shows leading up to the playoffs, and I wanted a chance to do it. And at this time, I was also getting ready to leave for the bubble and went down there, and it was a different set of equipment than I had been using to broadcast at home. So my very first day, I'm there, I'm using the new equipment, and I didn't know that if you leave a particular app running in the background, that the line from my hotel room, looking into my hotel room, to Bristol would stay open. So I thought I was done for the day. I did the things you would do on your first day in a hotel room. I spent hours unpacking, called my husband, talked to my kids, called some friends, called my doctor. And unfortunately, that entire time, nobody back at ESPN told me that there was an open line to my hotel room and anyone who looked at the feed could see me. No one shut it off. Decided, oh, she clearly doesn't know she's being watched unpacking or doing all these other things. And at least one person decided to just sit and watch and started spying on me like I was their own personal television show. And when they heard something they thought was juicy, they picked up their cell phone and they started recording my conversation on their cell phone.
A personal conversation?
Yeah, this was a conversation between me and a friend. We talked about a lot of different things, but then he brought up the article that had been in the paper about the lack of opportunities for people of color at ESPN, and we started talking about how my situation may intersect with some of the race and gender history of a network that is, again, well documented, is complicated history with both of those kinds of things and those issues. So we started talking about it, and I want to try to get, if I have it here, exactly what I said, because I think there's a lot of confusion over that, and there's been a lot of bad headlines.
So let's get it clear.
So let's just get it clear.
Right.
So here it is. I called Maria Taylor incredibly talented. Then I said, I wish Maria Taylor all the success in the world. She covers football, she covers basketball. If you need to give her more things to do because you, ESPN, are feeling pressure about your crappy long-time record on diversity, which, by the way, I know personally from the female side, well, then go for it. Just find it somewhere else. You're not going to find it from me taking my thing away. This is in my contract. This job is in my contract in writing.
Shit, I mean, nothing else really needs to even be said after all that, bro. Her explaining her side of it will clear everything up, as I imagine it has done. But the fact, I'm just thinking about how it was for her going through all that shit, bro, because you probably want to fucking put your face through a fucking wall. I'm like, fuck, man, it's so much going on outside of what's the glaring part of how ESPN is trying to spin it and demonize her as like this racist ass white girl. You know what I mean? That's how they try to spin it on this woke bullshit. But it's so much going on with this situation that's fucked up. Okay, so ESPN on some fucking bullshit, on some woke shit. The irony, right? It's like, well, is irony the right word? But the way they're going about it, it looks crazy. Just the mere fact alone, you have a woman about to co-host the NBA Finals, bro. That's all the equality you need. That speaks volumes without even having to go woke. You know what I mean? Like Rachel Nichols she's true. She's tried and tested. You know what I mean? Rachel Nichols, she deserved that. She had all the credibility and the merit in the world to be placed in that situation. She worked for it. She earned it. And you're going to ask her to step aside because y'all want to go woke. Because y'all want to be seen in the right light because all this bullshit going on, bro. Like, just on that alone, if that story had leaked, bro, come on, man. Just that story alone is just ESPN. Y'all are fucking stupid. Y'all are idiots. You know what I mean? Just like everybody else. And then they gonna try to spin it and make it seem like she's racist as fuck. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not gonna step aside for no black girl. Like, I don't blame her at all. None of y'all should blame her at all for the way she went about shit. She was like, look, if this is the lane y'all want to take, y'all want to go woke and look and be seen as y'all on some affirmative action type shit, give her more opportunities. But you're not gonna take an opportunity away from me that I earned. That alone, bruh. I want to fucking bust my face in the damn wall, man. But like all the extra shit outside of that, though, like ESPN going woke, them disrespecting her the way that they did, them, demonizing her in public the way that they fucking did. Yeah, ESPN can suck a dick. They can suck a whole dick, but they can suck more dick because they had this fucking feed open the entire time, which you know they know about. Just all the unethical and immoral type of motherfuckers that would have to be around to allow that shit to fucking happen. They probably act like, nah, we ain't fucking know. Y'all fucking knew, bro. And fortunately, the only thing that leaked is the conversation that highlights her as a fucking racist. Y'all know all types of other shit that could have gone on in that hotel room that they didn't fucking tell us about, that could have taken place. You know what I mean? That she's just vulnerable as shit. That's some dark ass shit there. You know what I mean? That they don't fucking talk about, but they gonna. That's rough, bro. That's rough, man. Yeah, ESPN, y'all. That woke shit is the fucking devil, bro. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Fuck you, mean. I'm not about to step aside. I don't give a fuck what y'all trying to do. I earned my spot. I earned my fucking spot. Hey, all right, did she earn her spot? Did she put the time in I fucking put? Clearly she didn't, because I'm the one who got here. I'm a fucking woman that got here. You know what I'm saying? That shit speaks volumes. A woman fucking hosting the NBA Finals? But now y'all want to go black because y'all on this black shit. Rachel Nichols ain't got a fucking racist bone in her goddamn body. I remember when that shit happened and motherfuckers just so all they gotta do is just put racist white girl and show black girl as a victim. Put that shit out there. Oh, it's a rap. She's the KKK now. You know what I mean? And Rachel Nichols was the entire victim in this whole situation, but they flipped it because ESPN is just like everybody else is. All these fucking dumbass, woke ass, stupid ass weirdos, bro. It's crazy.